Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of A Drink with
Mary
and Mina. Right.
We got a cup of tea,
This
Nepali
time.
chia and rich tea. It's just very nostalgic to me. If you know Thinarot marigold biscuit.
Is it Thinarot or Thin Ararot?
Thinarot.
Oh,
Thin
I don't know
Ararot.
why I grew up saying
Okay,
Thin Ararot.
Ararvenan. Thin Ararot.
Maybe we had Ararot, the fake version of Arot.
Bro, please, please.
Or maybe the original version, I would say.
No, definitely not. But yeah, it's very nostalgic to me. Chia biscuit.
Hey?
It's a lot.
Pahur biscuit is the OG.
I have not had pahur biscuit. I'm a palama thena wala. I have Thinarot, Poshpati, the crackers, basically cheese and crackers and khane. But we thought it was just dry.
Let's just say you basically had the higher end of the biscuits. Let's leave it at that.
We had glucose biscuit, tasty biscuit,
Yeah.
pineapple.
Anything with sugar in it was higher end.
I don't know what pahur biscuit is, ke?
Itrusanu, the one that you get like Itru circle, the basically the it's SK mini version.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's like about
Is it for
this
kids?
big.
Kids go like,
Well,
or one serving basically.
or people who can't afford much. Yeah,
Or maybe one serving go like taka.
yeah. It's about this big.
How much was it? 1 rupee?
Yeah, I think 1 rupees or 2 rupees, something around that.
Fair enough.
It was like a snack size.
Mm.
Well, I don't know why I'm looking at the phone as if I have questions here. Right, so
I'm still wearing Dio Style sponsor jacket.
whether he's sponsored, he will find out through this podcast.
He's
that
gonna be like,
sponsored
"Meri
this jacket."
And I'm sorry, I wore the same outfit. Our podcast money. That would be 4 podcast same outfit. Jeans or tops are changed, but still black and blue, so it wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, Tora, carry on.
This will be our last episode for the year.
Happy New Year, guys, and thank you for being with us for last 2 years. If you're an OG subscriber, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. It's never too late.
We will be around. We're just here like a furniture now. अब सुने पनि तिम्रै इच्छा नसुने पनि तिम्रै इच्छा.
Tape recorder.
Oh, exactly.
We just replay.
Christmas on the भोलि as a Christmas Eve.
Boli Christmas. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year. This month is expensive month, man.
You know.
Like I've got 3 Secret Santas. Just today, I bought 3 Christmas jumpers for these little boys. And then, it's just basically...
Malta, your Secret Santa, I did not play, I did not participate because my, because I did Klarna on this Black Friday. Black Friday, I did Klarna payment and I didn't even realize I had to pay it back. I thought it was for free. Because I usually just pay it off, and my friend suggested, why don't you do Klarna? If you don't like it, then you can return and you technically didn't have to pay when it again.
Yeah. Bad
Suggestion. I forgot I had to pay. Generally. Notification answer. I'm like, huh?
Reminder.
What? So yeah. No Secret Santa for me, and Christmas, I don't think we're doing much. We don't do much in Christmas anyway. We usually do like Losar. Though I think Losar celebration is a bit subsided because of Dad's health issues. So not a lot of kharcha. The only kharcha that's going is Batiko bill.
All those Christmas lights that are...
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I think if you remember, we did a similar podcast episode last year as well. And it was kind of like a summary of our half summary. Your biscuit, because my biscuit is, I'm under pressure. Okay, it's gonna.
Can you eat that? Like it's very.
Look, it's bending. We did a summary of how our year went, so we thought, why not do probably like a part 2 of this, and probably if this will be a recurring episode.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna eat this. Please continue.
Yeah, that's giving me anxiety. That's like the best part.
It was leaning down.
Yeah, reoccurring theme that we have, and it's good to reflect on. I am a huge believer of reflection, not top-line reflection, but going back to reflection where you came from and sort of analyze I'm quite a huge believer of that, and that's what we do in Sinerji. Sort of like we've kind of implemented that in our podcast as well, I guess.
And in life.
Yeah, so this year is going to be no different. We'll talk about the milestones we've hit, if we have hit, if not, what we've learned. I don't know, like, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
What new changes we have adapted, what new things we've taken on board, or what we have stopped doing as well. So we'll talk about all of that in this podcast. Why did that sound very
depressing?
No, like PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, you know, introduction.
Point number 1. Point number 2. What you will hear in this podcast is yeah. Do you remember anything from the last episode that you said, like any particular things about what you would like to do for the next year? Or
no, I think I definitely put out some challenges for myself. Being health being my number one priority, and that went swimmingly well for the last, let's say, 8 months of the journey. For the last 2 months after that, I haven't had the opportunity to give it 100% myself, because of a lot of issues that's ongoing right now. But prior than that, and I said I'd hit 5K, and I did.
Oh yeah.
And I said I'd sign up for a marathon, and I did. Not sure that I will have the time to actually
half marathon. Let's not give people false hopes.
But that's a lot from me. That I've never ran in my life. That I unfortunately don't think I can actually continue that anymore, because I haven't had time to train at all. And when people say like it only takes half an hour, it totally takes an hour, but that is literally merolagi very precious time. That's like my recovering time, I guess, or so that's it. I don't think I will actually be doing. I feel shit because I told so many of my friends to come, but I guess I'll just come there, support ko lagi, but yeah, so that was the last year Baneko, and then which I achieved this year. Definitely achieved. What about you?
And as far as I remember, I think you had a good year last year as well, because you had lots of triumphs. Like, it was only upwards, okay? Although you went through a lot of traumatic things, but you were like, you had a good year, very optimistic. Whereas on the other hand, I was like quite depressed. You remember that podcast, ma? I was like crying because
to be fair, topic it wasn't the whole year, it was more of your end of the year time matter. It was like overwhelming shit.
It was a little overwhelming. I was at a unhappy place, I would say, when I recorded that podcast, and I said I would definitely make a lot of changes in the coming year to make sure that I don't stay stuck in that place. And I think one of the skills that seasoned depressed people develop is we learn or are better at handling our situation. And it happened exactly that. I probably was depressed for another month or two, and then I put my big girl's pants on, and then I started making changes in my life.
Going back to education.
I went back to studying. I passed my exams. I'm still doing it. I've gone to a new job. I finally started a new job that, you know, is completely different from what I'm doing now.
Starting a career, not a job, mate.
Exactly.
It's a career.
It's normalize a foot in the door.
Normalize starting career at 30s.
Like, definitely.
Please normalize it.
Definitely.
That doesn't mean like you are allowed to cut some slack. Like, I'm only 20. I don't need to start my career because Sinerji podcast said so. But if you need to restart your career at 30, if you've been lump sum in a very long time because of your XYZ personal reasons, then it's still never too late.
Exactly.
You know when it's too late? When you're in the deathbed. That's when it's too late. So it's
when you've lost hope.
And
remember, when you say when you're in your deathbed, people can die without physically dying. You know, and I think it's quite important to remember that some people die.
It's not physical, it's like metaphorically.
But yeah, I started 2 jobs, and the latter one was actually something that started quite quickly. I think that's where you believe manifestation helps. When you manifest and when you put the hard work behind it, that kind of takes you forward. So so career wise and personal development wise, a lot of things happened, which I'm quite happy about. But I guess the biggest.
You signed up for a run too, bitch. And she's running 8K like nothing. So she's doing so well.
Oh my god. Honestly.
And you're hitting the gym. So that you from last year to this year, like you have to see yourself physically transform as well. Without asthma attacks.
Yeah, without asthma attacks. I never thought. I've always hated running because whenever I tried running for like 10 minutes, my asthma attack would start and I wouldn't be able to continue. And that was kind of a reminder that I couldn't do something. And you know, you don't really
want to go to different ways. Yeah,
exactly. And you know, obviously, some things that you can overcome, but things like asthma and asthma attack, you can't really. At that point, I didn't see a point because I thought, this is my lungs now. I can't do anything about it. But later on, as I researched into it, asthma can be reversible apparently. And I think I got better at running. And now I wouldn't say I love running, but I just think it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And oh my God, for the past 2 weeks, I've been having 2 dinners. Like, this is so bad.
The appetite?
I eat at 7 in the evening and then I eat again at 11 in the evening. And those are like 2 portions of bhat or food, whatever, which is so bad. But also I got compliments that I was looking leaner and...
But you're burning a lot of calories. So
yeah.
You need it. You know?
But the thing is, the number on the scale is the same. But they said I look leaner. So I guess I've gained muscles rather than and lost fat.
Toned up.
Yeah, I'm quite happy about that.
Toned up quite well.
But I unfortunately, I will be running that half marathon in January. I am not looking forward to it.
I should just come and be like, no, Tara, I really wished I would run. Only orco problem that I have at the minute, which I haven't been able to focus, like health issues, is the arc of my feet. It's actually troubling me. So I've had duita separate shoes. Like one was actually custom made, and the other one was like, you know,
because you even went through an assessment to get that shoe.
So you remember you said maybe you didn't break into the shoe, and I genuinely thought that. No, on orco juta I could run a bit more. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a breakthrough. But then the other shoe as well, I started having, like, after, I think that was a lot of strain in my feet because I was running quite a lot, from nothing to a lot.
Yeah.
And by a lot I mean 3K. Okay, that's a lot for me, from nothing to 3K that they're So running like 3K thrice a week, it strained so bad that 1 week I went running with a friend of mine. Okay, so we were planning to hit 3K if not 5. I know. 1K in, I could not physically roll at all. So after that, I was like, even if I wanted to, I don't think I should, to further injure myself.
Yeah.
So I actually need to book an appointment. So maybe next year I would have done something about that. But I let's say that's not a main priority, I guess.
Yeah.
It is, but it isn't at the same time. Yeah.
And next year, I'm sure you will sign up to some kind of run.
I know, like this. Maybe not half marathon. I'll definitely sign up for like a 5K or 10. So definitely
10K.
Half marathon, so maybe that's a bit too much.
Because 5K you're already achieving.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be running to Balanta Firi. To keep at the 5K, I need to keep running the 5K.
Mate, it took us 1.5 months to get to 5K, so that's fine. You'll get there.
No, it's
you
a long
will get
time.
there.
But yeah, so that's the plan.
Worst case scenario, we'll walk it. That's my plan, for this half marathon.
Yeah, definitely half marathon. I wasn't even planning to run the whole. I was just planning to run 10K. Because let's be realistic.
Yeah.
But that was never in my plan. Like half marathon. I mean, I always wanted to, but it was never year plan. Okay. So the fact that I even tried to leap towards that is a huge. I know some people like the result run what's the big deal. The fact that I thought mentally I could do it, that's a huge improvement for me.
Excuse me, to sign up and commit money towards it is already commitment enough.
And run.
And that you were serious about it.
I can't with time and stuff.
It will happen. It will happen next year. Don't worry about it.
Next year I'm coming. But your year, I wanted to run 5K and I've done that, and I'm pretty much proud about that. Not until like Parvati, she said, Didi, like you said, topic or video that you do 5K and sign up, and you've actually done that. And I was like, oh my God, you know what? That's actually so true. So yeah, there you go. That's the part. So what other things have you gained this year? Or
I don't have my ring here, but one of the biggest things, obviously.
Oh my God, why did I think of that?
Because I probably don't act like I'm engaged anymore.
I still keep telling people Mina Didi and her boyfriend, fiance, but not so awkward lang nige.
It's so annoying. People correct me, when I'm like, oh yeah, my boyfriend is like fiance, and I'm like, all right, fiance, please. And then why do you have to correct me? Like he was my boyfriend. He'll be my boyfriend for life, whether he's my husband or not. I'll still call him a boyfriend.
Fiance. That's it.
But yeah, we got engaged. It was actually quite unexpected. I was thinking he will probably surprise me in our anniversary in a week, on our 5th anniversary. But the boy, his patience is probably like a ADHD person patience. So yeah,
You're triggering some people saying that, and that includes me.
Excuse me, love. I have always said my boyfriend has ADHD. He just won't.
You know what? Honestly, I said, like, you're like ADHD person. You know what he said to me? It takes you 3 months to actually testify. Good luck in my life. I was like, what do I say to that?
But the thing is, you get what I mean, right? For an ADHD person to be focused on one thing, you get distracted so easily. You focus on something else. So you're like a project starter, not project finisher, but project starter. You have several unfinished project in the pipeline, like just simultaneously going.
Definitely,
and you may go back to it, you may not go back there.
On a consultation of them 100% it's just like always in the surface like that.
Exactly. I mean, my bloody friend has a half-painted fence for years now.
Like, I've noticed that, like, I mean, your friend, ever since we started following on each other, she posts a lot of ADHD stuff, and I just can't relate to it.
You can relate to it.
When I'm cleaning the kitchen, I go to the toilet and start cleaning the toilet. So toilet's occupied, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's clean the room. So I turn my room upside down. Then I come back and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have finished the kitchen. But then it's too late, right? So you start cooking dinner, and then you're cleaning at the same time, and then your dinner is not being focused.
One of the telltale signs of my boyfriend. We're watching movies. Some topic will be mentioned, some word will be mentioned. And you can Google it later on after the movie finishes, because you'll miss the story and the dialogue, especially when you're watching a foreign movie with subtitles on. He's like on it until he finds it and everything. Yeah?
Me too.
And then he also, one of the things, we're doing something, his phone will ping. He has to check it.
Yeah.
He has to check it as if it's some urgent matter, as if his phone is a priority. He has to check it.
I've just cancelled out all my notifications when I don't want to be distracted. It's literally on personal mode. It's so bad.
Who's gonna stop the notification when watch that comes up?
Hence, I haven't made a purchase of a watch. The only notification my fitness watch gives me is it's time to move, bitch. That's the only notification.
Get up and move on your.
Like, and that's good enough, okay? And even that's annoying sometimes.
Do you move though every time it says?
I mean, sometimes it don't. But yeah, actually the Googling thing, I can relate to it so much.
Yeah.
Maybe my ADHD is not as much as Diwasta is.
Yeah.
But it's but I'm pretty sure I have it. I feel like everyone's somewhat has some percentage of ADHD these days.
In them, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just...
I think it's the severity that you fall under in the spectrum.
Yeah. And because everyone's attention span is so less, like YouTube videos are long videos are there, then like, everything's like snappy, like TikTok, Instagram reels. Like Boira, I used to watch travel videos like on Sunday or things they did when I asked everything TikTok ma. Where would I want to go? Like,
Alright, this is something that I do that people find fun. Some find it funny, some find it weird.
Normal speed ma, no sunne.
Yeah, I watch most of my movies and most of my videos at 1.25 speed, right? Or even higher if the person's speaking really slow. I want to meet somebody. I want to meet the group of people who actually do that. And I think
a lot of people do that.
Huh?
I think after you've done that, I watch got the videos I would say this
Yeah.
it's an informative video.
Yeah.
I watch in high speed. But if it's like very aesthetically background vibes, I watch in normal speed.
Yeah.
But I definitely like it. Like I understand why we are in that spectrum.
Exactly.
But where was it going? I was going on the point with the Googling part. I could relate. So I was on a first date with this person, and this person was like telling, this person was like, oh, I don't know how to use chopsticks. It's a Japanese restaurant,
Yeah.
and then the Japanese restaurant, they either use like metallic ones or they use the wooden ones, but they're tapered toward the front.
Yeah.
Unlike Korean, it's like metal, it's flat and something. So I was trying to explain now different cultures have different chopsticks, right? And I was trying to say like Chinese ko chahi orkai the melamine ceramic type ko huncha bhanera bhanna khojide ke.
Yeah.
Either they use that or they use the disposable ones like traditional Chinese restaurant. So I was trying to explain that, but I couldn't explain to melamine. I didn't know if it was just a Nepali term or if it was actually
Asian term,
or if it's actually a term, okay? Because you said zorkin, but it's jerry can.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I had to be, I guess, politically correct in that term. So I was like Googling on the spot, and then the waiter came, and then I was like, oh yeah, foodie, and I was Googling, and then I was like, it's fine, like you don't really have to.
No, she had to.
You don't really have to Google now. You can Google later. I was
she had to.
Later? There's no later. So I found out, and I was like, oh, this is the picture, by the way. So this is the material. And he was like, okay, cool, but like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh.
You had to.
Yeah, not a very first great impression. But it's okay. Had to be done.
I mean, some people would take it as a determined person rather than saying obsessed.
No, it's obsessed. No, the person said, you have an obsessive nature. So they didn't use the word determined for sure. Because later on the same time, and I went on Google like on the spot, and then it's like, oh my god, this woman is
Were
crazy.
You proud of yourself at the end of that day?
Of course I was. I was like, I proved what I had to prove. I mean, there was a second date, so probably I must have done something right?
Okay. Oh my goodness. But yeah, got engaged. Don't know when I'll be getting married. Hopefully not in the next year. Maybe the year after that.
I hope it's next year because I'm ready to party.
Oh my god. I need to save up money for the wedding. I need to save up. We're trying to buy a house.
That's true.
It's chaotic.
Why don't you do a wedding in your house?
In the new house? Yeah, hopefully that's the plan. Hopefully the wedding will be next year, so that I can actually host a few things in my house.
Save some money as well.
Yeah.
That's so good. I'm excited. I'll look forward to that. Maybe I'll vlog that day, Vlog on Sinerji.
Vlog vlog vlog
Hi guys and bye guys. The bye guys part
Sorry guys, I forgot to film the middle part. But what happened was you'll get a comment.
I'll trust my sister to vlog it. Like she's the one who vlogs everything, Nida. So this footage on
but also I think another major thing, I would say a shift in my thinking happened in this year. And I think you guys probably have an idea of what it is.
What is it?
I think that was a waste of a question, wasn't it? I questioned her, she questioned me back. That is not how questions and answers are supposed to work, guys. Let me tell you that.
It does in this world.
What is it? You felt pressured being put on the spot.
I don't like being in the spotlight.
But I kind of made up my mind that, okay, I will have children. But before that, I didn't want any children. But something that my friend said kind of, you have one of those moments where it just clicks. Okay, this is one of the fundamental things that you could have said to me, and is going to change my values. You know how I'm constantly with divorce, like he annoys me, but he's also the most adorable thing I have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thing I know, person. He's not an object. We're not objectifying men just because they objectified us. What kind of revenge is this? You're the boy, and there. Reverse feminism. What the?
Feminazi way,
Thing.
Basically, he's the most adorable person that I cannot get enough of him.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just to make it a bit better. And you know how I always post about him on the story, and a lot of people actually watch the story just to see him. Yeah.
And a lot of people actually think he's the victim as well.
Yeah.
A lot
Thank
of
you very
know,
much
9% of the people think
he's the victim.
I think it's because how you post it, okay?
Yeah.
Because topic of sense of humor, so everyone thinks.
I was saying this, and then in one of the stories, my friend replied, "Oh, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Yeah, he's so annoying, like, but I just constantly adore him and all that." And we were saying I said he's such a child, and then she said back to me just one line to fucking change my whole thinking, and I don't know why. It was such a simple thing, but I had never thought about it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the final nail on the
head.
Head. And she said, "But he's your child, though." And I was like, "Oh my God.
He's not your child, mate. You're going to have child with him."
No, I think the more I experience men in life, the more I believe what our mothers or women of our society or anybody has been saying. Your husband or your other half is your first child. Definitely is your first child. He is my first child. Like he's like a gentle giant. Yeah, he needs to be taken care of.
See, but like Poila, I think in this podcast when he said you don't have feminine attributes, I was like, that's not true. You're a nurturer through and through. So that's the most feminine attribute.
I'm a bidet, you mean?
No, like nurture through and through. I'm a negative. How do we change anything positive to negative? Learn from her. Like feminine in aspects, it doesn't have to be appearance aesthetically. Okay?
Ladylike.
It doesn't have to be like on Sunday, especially boss name, like you wear pink. No, but the way how you are. We are like huge nurturers. Like you and I, we both are. Yeah. I love to feed people. Like, be anyone, if you come to my house, you're always being fed. And that's very motherly, feminine instincts of someone. Whereas you like to plan everything. You like to take charge. Willingly, unwillingly, but you're always the one.
Oh my God, yeah.
Still, willingly, unwillingly, I had to put it out there because I can understand the pressure. A lot of people just think you're, just taking charge.
Yeah, it's like, but okay, I'm here now, you do this.
Yeah, but willingly, unwillingly, so you've got you're feminine,
I basically get things done. Let's just put it at that. Things are done when
in a timely manner.
When mother or the person is around.
So Diwasa is a child. You're gonna have another child with him.
Oh my God. 2 more.
A
junior Diwas and a junior Mina.
Why are you saying junior Diwas like junior Mina is not hard enough?
Anyway, I've always said it. I'm not excited about a junior Diwas or a junior Mina.
Imagine there is a junior Diwas and a junior Mina and they're siblings. Your junior Mina is going to be instigating and junior Diwas is just going to break everything.
Today, I'm going to have a fundamental shift in my thinking, guys. Like, I do not want children. I do not want... If it's a junior Diwas with his level of energy, I think I'll have a very hard time keeping up with that guy. If it's a junior Mina, I think I'm going to have a very mouthy one back at me.
And Miss Independence. No, I'm going to do it. Why'd you have to do it? I'm going to do it my way.
Don't cross the road! I'm crossing it, mama. While the car is coming. I'm crossing it, mama.
live life on the edge.
I'm off for adventure, mama.
I'm just excited because I feel like you guys would be the adventurous family. So I am just excited
Definitely.
how you will be with the 2 kids and your first child is not even going to be in the picture.
My kids, as soon as they can walk, they'll be walking trails of mountains. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
but it's going to be you. You start to throw it and
कहाँ थोड़ा जान्छ त्यसको backमा हुन्छ नि त्यो you know that carrying stuff.
Yeah, but later on he'll be gone. But then he'll get old, I guess.
Gone where?
You know how Diosdai doesn't have the patience to walk?
Well, if that boy wants kids, he's gonna have to come up with some patience from somewhere. Isn't he? Or I'll feed patience in him.
Just inject it. Just attach one to him.
Oh my goodness. I swear to God. Honestly.
I just love how we already gathered there's gonna be 2 kids as well, by the way.
No, I will not have 3 kids, definitely not, and I will not have one child.
Yeah.
One child is too lonely. That child will have too many burdens when we get old. I want him to have a team.
Hopefully that team works.
Yeah.
Hopefully
their
team works. If it doesn't work, then good luck. Maybe you should have had the 3rd one.
The peacekeeper.
Never too late for it, guys. Never too late.
For fuck's sake.
Oh my God.
Man. I'm already 35. By the time I have 2 kids, by the time I have 3rd kids, I'll be 45.
Who said? You can pop one every year.
Imagine if I had triplets. Oh my Lord.
No, my Bowser has triplets. That's a nightmare.
Oh.
But they're so gani though. I must agree. They learn quickly because they do everything together. And they're like good teams.
Yeah, but the journey till then.
Yeah, that. And apparently when you're a baby, like I only found out this the other day, infant, like you have to feed them every 2 hours. So imagine triplets are trying to feed them every 2 hours. By the time third go round sakinsa, first ko suru bhaisakcha.
I babysat our friend's baby the other day. And it took her an hour to eat a tiny bowl of puree food, something that she didn't even have to chew. A tiny, this amount, I think. It took me 1 hour to feed her.
Yeah.
And I was like, open your mouth, love. Like, are you not hungry? Do you not want to eat?
Don't even.
She would open her mouth for soup, but not for the puree. Okay? And I was like, all right then, don't eat.
Yeah, you can't do that to a child. Your child will be malnourished. Hello. What? Safeguarding online. What's happening? Social service like that.
I'll be like, can you give them back at like when they're about 15?
Oh my God, no. But when Bowser said by the time she fed the 3rd one, it was time for the 1st one to feed. I was like, fuck that shit, bro. That shit.
Oh man. Why and how did we get to this conversation?
Of your elite fundamental choice of having children and marrying the Ostai. That's where this conversation came from.
Elite choice.
Elite choice.
Elite ne भन्नुपर्छ.
Elite ne भन्दा.
Man, I don't know why it's not called that until now because it's so common.
It's so common. Yo yearko मेरो biggest achievement is nothing. Like, no, I ran 5K. A lot of emotional roller coaster for me this year.
Yeah,
it's been a tough year for my dad and our family. Him battling cancer and having to, keep some things very private and keep some things all over the public. So like the back and forth of it, exhaustion, everything. I can successfully say I've never been in etidere loopholes of emailing doctors, emailing nurses, emailing insurance companies,
high functioning admin,
like non-stop, which is not getting paid for, like crazy amount. Yeah, so I'm quite proud of that. Like it was due to circumstances, but I'm glad I learned so much through the way, I guess. Yeah. I successfully claimed Dadko accident that he had back in the 2 years ago, and he got claim for that. So big ups to me because I showed up. So I managed to do that. They'd say I think it's like a very huge tick. Others say it's still a work in process.
When she enters, things get done.
When she enters.
when she enters. And if she re-enters, the things will get done.
Yeah, but that was done. Orko, we founded I'm very, very pessimistic about this. So we started a charitable brand, me, Onimiro, Sati / Boy Neura. So we are basically hand making repurposed Kopra Haruko scrunchies. So all the profits will be given to charity. The only we're only taking money for postage that is needed, any materials or but apart from that, everything is just from our money, from our pocket, I guess. So yeah, we'll be dropping it soon. Actually, by the time you're listening, I'm pretty sure we've already dropped it. And please go buy. It's not a lot of money. Everything goes to charity. I'm not directly ask on an also because that's me. I always want to give back something. I can't really tell people to just buy a bit,
Yeah.
So yeah, and everything's going for cancer.
We'll bring those scrunchies in this podcast.
Maybe one day. Yeah.
Maybe one day. What do you mean? Maybe one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can give them a little sneak peek.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely link it below if you want to check it out. So for at the minute, it's only available in the UK. But if you don't want the scrunchie and if you just want to donate, feel free as well.
Oh yeah.
That scrunchie is a way of saying thank you. Everything's handmade. Yeah, that's the biggest achievement I've had this entire year. What did I not achieve? I'm trying to think. Not achieve is not the right word. What could I have done better?
What could I have done more? I mean, to be honest, I don't think you had time to do any more.
That is very true.
You've most probably fit in anything and everything that you could have fit in between what you already have going through. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Somehow you're...
I came for that.
I mean, I can see you getting dragged, but you're getting dragged and you're keeping your composure and
I think I'm definitely being dragged. Thought a point I'd say maybe I was very had a negative out view of it, whereas this time it's like, okay, it's something for me to learn. Everyone has to go through this one day. It's just my turn came sooner type go. So it's like a drag, but in a positive way, I guess.
I think you're officially a seasoned depressed person now. You can deal with things better.
I guess so. I have my times though, but not everyone needs to know. I know.
I don't know. Everybody does. Everyone has their own time, and it's much needed as well. Don't think of it as like, I'm still not. At the moment when it happens, in the moment, it feels like you've taken 2 steps back after coming all the way here. But in the bigger picture, you will see that those moments were just as much needed as, because you can only do so much before getting tired. And you need some time to recoup and recover.
That's so crazy how you said it feels like taking 2 steps back and moving forward. When I told my friend, like my dear friend who's coming to see me for dinner actually, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank my support group, the friends who've actually pulled through and through and reaching out to me even when I'm just not very respondent. Like I'm always online and shit, but I don't really want to deal with some things sometimes. But them to just pull through regardless and come out of the way like you did the other day, that was very helpful for me. Like I thought about it but didn't have the time to think about it. Ani Samir, who have you seen on this channel, Lola's dad, he basically was like
that's his identity now. Lola's dad.
So he basically got a long service award at work, and then he was like he basically got a free dinner and an overnight stay in one of his hotels. So he was like, will you be my +1? I was like, yeah bitch, I'm going. I'm having this premium steak, everything. Staying in a room that's like £400 a night. It's still under, or even more. But unfortunately I had to cancel because of some events. I don't think he's found a plus one yet, so I hope the offer is still valid. But he was like, yeah, today, this week I updated him on things, and he was like, okay, I'm coming to see you. He didn't even say, just like no words, but just the presence.
Just be present.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful for my friends and even my mom's friends who go out of the way for her, like who've literally come out of the way even after work, heavy days, you know, just being there for her, and family members and etc. So I think I'm proud of that. I mean, it became so personal, but it just had to be out there if you're listening. Because I know some of my mom's friends listen. So this is for you.
Yeah. I think having an emotional support group is just... It's kind of... How do I say it? It makes or breaks you, okay?
Definitely. Only being the doubtful person that I am, I always often have moments like, do I even deserve this? But then I think, okay, I must be a decent amount of human for this many people to show up,
to come through for you.
Yeah.
And you are, mate. I think you are. I know we never believe it. We always think like, oh, we're not deserving of this and that and that. And then when something goes wrong, or some people have come into our life that are too good for us, you just kind of think, oh, there's something that's going to happen which will be very bad.
We just always think like, what have you got? Like, which is bad. And moving on to 2023, oh my god, that feels forever.
Don't ask. We'll be in just a click of a moment, we'll be doing in a snap of a moment, we'll be doing another episode at the end of 2023.
2023, that's like a special year, you know. It's that because we both, Amadubika's birthday is on the 23rd, so it's gonna be 2304 25. Oh my god. 2305 23. So it might be a golden year for us.
Ooh, might be.
We're manifesting it. We're claiming it. It's our year. Yes. It actually might be a year. I'm definitely excited for 2023. I think from all the experiences in 2022, I'm ready.
Yay!
5 days, bring it on. Let's go.
Anyway, before we lose our mind.
With that being said, I think we've come to our conclusion now. I don't think we've actually said what we wanted to say, but we sort of said it anyway. It wasn't in the...
Isn't that the case all the time?
All the time. We just derailed, and we've come back to our humble state.
Humble. She says humble.
We are humble people. But the past 2 episodes, we've just been gassing each other up because nobody else is going to. It's just us, right?
Bring yourself up, bring yourself down. Drag yourself forward.
Healthy balance.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys will also have a good year ahead. No matter what happens, you'll get through it. Just trust yourself. And that's
trust
it, really.
The process. That's about it. Have a lovely year ahead. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Losa if you celebrate it, just anything that you celebrate, really. Spend some time with the loved ones and share some warm hugs and warm tea, coffee, Roxy, whatever, mug wine. Anyways, bye. Bye.